The situation in the country right now is creating a lot of conversation, and many people are watching closely because the actions taken by the government are becoming stronger and more serious. The recent move by the president to launch a very wide and firm security crackdown on dangerous groups has brought a big wave of reactions. Among the people who reacted strongly is Sheikh Gumi, the well-known Islamic scholar who has been involved in discussions about security and banditry for many years. Before I go deeper into the story, please remember to like this video and subscribe. It helps the channel grow and keeps you updated with every important gist. So now, the big talk is how the sudden, very direct crackdown is affecting the entire northern region, especially because the government is not slowing down at all. For many months, citizens have been asking for more safety, more action, and more protection, especially after the painful attacks and kidnappings that have affected many families. Some of these incidents touched schools, travelers, and rural communities who just want to live their lives in peace. The government has now responded with huge force, and these operations are happening in different states at the same time. For someone like Sheikh Gumi, who has always spoken in favor of dialogue, mediation, and conversations with these armed groups, this new government style is something he was obviously not expecting. People described him as stunned because the pace of the government's action is very quick and the level of force is much stronger than before. Remember to like this video and subscribe because this gist is getting deeper and I want you to follow it to the end. Now, one thing that makes this story very interesting is the tension between two ways of thinking. On one side, you have the government saying, we cannot continue to allow criminals to endanger the nation, so we must go hard and go fast. On the other side, you have people like Sheikh Gumi saying, talk to them, negotiate, and look for peaceful solutions. This difference in ideas is what is creating all the noise because Nigerians are divided on which method works best. Some citizens support the government 100%. They say that these groups have already caused too much pain. They believe that strong action is necessary to protect families and prevent future attacks. Many communities in the north have been affected so deeply that they simply want peace, even if it requires tough military operations. As you are watching this, please like this video and subscribe so that more people can see this content. But some other people are worried. They say that if the crackdown is too strong or not well controlled, innocent people might suffer. They also say that even if force is used, there must be a long-term plan to address the root causes. Problems like unemployment, lack of education, poverty, and local conflicts over land and cattle. These are issues that cannot be solved by military action alone. So this is where the debate becomes more serious. Now, one thing that surprised many Nigerians is how much attention Sheikh Gumi's reaction received. Why? Because for a long time, he has built a reputation as someone who can speak to these groups. He has been involved in trying to help release kidnapped victims. He has always insisted that he is not supporting criminals. He says his only goal is peace. But when you have someone who talks to these groups often, and then suddenly the government changes style, it is natural that people start asking questions. While all this is going on, everyday Nigerians are simply praying for safety. Parents want their children to go to school without fear. Traders want to travel on highways without worrying. Farmers want to return to their farmlands. The human side of this story is the most important part. The fear, the pain, the waiting, these are things that affect real people, not just headlines. And as I continue sharing this story, please like this video and subscribe so that you can get all the details as they unfold. Now let's talk about how the security operations are shaping the landscape right now. The government is focusing on identifying the leaders of these harmful groups, blocking their supply routes, and destroying their camps. There are more patrols, more checkpoints, and more intelligence being used. The aim is to reduce the ability of these groups to organize attacks. This is something many Nigerians have been asking for. At the same time, the government says it is working on improving community trust. When security forces go into areas affected by violence, the people living there need to feel protected, not afraid. This balance between action and care is one of the biggest challenges in any security operation. Please remember to like this video and subscribe because this gist is long and very important. Now, another angle that people are discussing is the possibility that some of these dangerous groups are changing their behavior. Some experts have noted that instead of being just criminal gangs, some of them are adopting more extreme ideas, and this makes the situation more complicated. If a group begins to operate like an insurgent organization rather than just a criminal network, then the type of response from the government also too changes. This brings us back to the disagreement between negotiation and force. The government believes that there are some groups you cannot negotiate with because their goals are harmful and dangerous. On the other hand, mediators like Gumi say that understanding the mindset of these groups can help reduce violence. This conflict of strategies is what is making the news so intense right now. Before I continue, please like this video and subscribe so you don't miss the next part of this long gist. Now, the most emotional part of this whole situation is the families who are waiting. Some families are waiting to hear news about their kidnapped relatives. Some are waiting to return to their homes. Others are hoping that the military operations will finally bring peace. The emotional weight on citizens in affected states is something that no headline can fully capture. Children are growing up with fear. Teachers do their best to continue teaching, and health workers struggle to care for displaced people. These stories are real, and they deserve to be heard. And this is why tonight's gist touches the heart of many Nigerians, because it affects real lives. As I keep talking, please remember to like this video and subscribe so that we can keep growing this community.